Uh, where am I going? Where am I? Where the hell am I? Yo,
Yo, what's up, y'all? As you can see by the title, maybe some of y'all probably kind of picked up on it already. But pretty much gonna talk about fanboys and their origin. Not really their origin, but kind of like how they started to just kind of just blow up all of a sudden, right? Because they're everywhere. Everybody kind of makes references to and fanboys in general, but not really like why they've grown in such a massive scale lately. Y'all know me, man. I play whatever games there is. I play whatever, it doesn't fucking matter to me whether it's on the PC, 360. I don't give a fuck. But basically, the whole reason for the fanboy boom is in relation with a baby boom. Just boom. Massive inflation, son. But all right. Basically, why did it happen? When did it happen? Well, before I say the next thing I'm gonna say, I want please hear out the entire video, okay? Because this is what's gonna happen. There's gonna be people doing a whole bunch of accusations all over again, and then at this time I'm not even gonna fucking worry about it because I'm not concerned about it with it anymore. Y'all should know where I stand now. But just hear me out throughout the whole video and see if it makes sense. I understand what I'm about to say is my opinion, but I almost see it as fact because what else could it possibly be? Alright? Okay, here we go. Fanboys have always existed, alright? They've always been around, from different types of things. Doesn't matter if it's been cars or computers, anything. But when it came to gaming, fanboys were still there, but they weren't as dominant and as, crazy as they are now. You always had your person that probably, had every system. Like me, I made sure I had every system. That didn't matter to me. I always went out, bought the consoles, got this shit for my PC, whatever it was. That's what I did. Some people, they got a Sega Genesis or they just got a Super Nintendo, and sometime down the line they probably got the other one, or they were just like, nah, I don't like the Super Nintendo, whatever. They didn't really have any harsh things to say about it or anything. They probably just didn't really have the means of getting it, and they just preferred their Sega because that's just what they had. Alright, and then the PlayStation came out and all this stuff, and the 64, so on and so forth. Fanboyism really wasn't that damn dominant yet, right? But then, this generation, you had the release of the Xbox 360. Now, the 360, I like it. The PS3, I like it better. The Wii, I like the Wii. Alright? But with the 360, when it came out, the 360 has caused so many problems with consumers that it's made fanboys, it's honestly almost given them the right to be fanboys in a sense. Certain people take things differently, man. Not everybody takes things the same way. So if someone gets screwed out of several $100s, even one time, it can register to them like, okay, this is a piece of shit. Or, just anything. It could be their disc breaking or whatever. The 360 has a multitude of problems. So when that happens, when someone commits their money to the console and that happens, they turn into a fanboy of the competition, which is the PlayStation or the Wii, but significantly the PlayStation. And all of a sudden you got all these fanboys and they're all Sony fanboys. They're not, and they're aggravated because of how they got screwed over with the Microsoft product. And I just believe that really just started a massive increase of fanboys. The Xbox 360 did it alone. Because even before the 360 was out, there was fanboys, but it wasn't to this extent. It wasn't just ridiculous. It wasn't fucking gargantuan numbers that people were fanboys. People just played games to play games. Now with the 360 and the PlayStation, there's a massive amount of fanboys out there, and it's all because they bought a 360 and they got burned, and then now they're just sick of it. And what happens is that these people that become those PlayStation fanboys, they're so aggravated that when someone else that likes a 360, never had a problem with a 360 or whatever, defends it, or they might still have a problem with a 360, but they don't take it to the extent as the other person does. They defend it, and all of a sudden you have this fanboy war going on. And so that brings up the fucking Xbox fanboys, because believe it or not, a majority of the 360 owners that are 360 fanboys. Maybe this is not a fact, but from everyone I talk to and everything, they don't particularly have a problem with the PlayStation. They have a problem with the PlayStation fanboys, but they don't. I don't think they really understand why they're PlayStation fanboys. And I just kind of want to put that out there. They're fanboys of Sony because I'm telling you, majority of them had 360s, and if they didn't have 360s, then they've always just supported Sony, which is the very smaller amount of them. But majority of them most likely had a 360. They got burned by that shit, and now they're a Sony supporter because they don't want to put up with the bullshit no more, because they've had several problems with it. It doesn't matter if you can send it in and get it fixed. It's not supposed to happen. Do all the consoles break potentially? Yeah, but it matters on the scale that it breaks. Different people take different things, differently, and it's just how it works, But I just think that whole situation with how Xbox released their console and how they handled it was, first of all, it was bad. It was bad business, and they literally caused a influx in fanboyism. They really did. They made all these Sony fanboys, and then they started retaliating against the people that were saying, "Hey, the 360 is not bad, yada yada." And all of a sudden, now you got this fanboy war. It's not a console war that's happening on YouTube. It's fucking fanboy. That's all it is. So, that's the way I see it. That's how I see the big, massive increase in fanboys. But because before the 360 came out, there was fanboys, but it wasn't as bad. Not even close. Not even fucking close. But now, it's ridiculous. It's fucking ridiculous. You say one good thing about something, and all of a sudden you can always tell who the fanboy is because they instantly want to say something bad about it. Instantly. It's not a second thought or nothing. They just can't let it go. They always have something to say. And it's like, come on, it's a good thing. Stop trying to combat it with something negative. But it's whatever though. But if there is a certain amount of Sony fanboys that don't fit into categories, it's I guess the people that just prefer the certain exclusive games that are from each side. Some people just support Sony because they like their exclusives. Some people support 360 because they just like their exclusives. But I guarantee you, if you really ask a 360 fanboy, they'll probably say they don't really have a problem with the PlayStation. It's just the Sony fanboys. And I think it's a similar thing with the Sony fanboys, but it's not so much because they have a distinct hate for the 360 because it has screwed them and it's screwing a lot of other people because it's breaking and it's shit like that. And like I said, of course all these consoles break. It's what happens, but the scale in which it happens is more dominant with the Xbox. So you can't hate on the Sony fanboys for not liking something that obviously has given them shit. So that's pretty much it, y'all. That's all I want to throw out there. But the shampoo, and I'll let y'all later.